warn you that there may be a few triggers in my story. As an only child, I grew up in a small community during the 70s and 80s. Being the only one there with a physical disability, I was picked on, laughed at, and bullied by the other children there because I was different. My home life wasn't the best either, with an alcoholic father and two abusive parents. I had no supports. I had to grow up long before I should have had to. For no reason besides getting a few marks lower than my cousins, my mother always compared me to them. Why can't you be more like them, she would say. My entire life I felt like I had to prove myself to other people, that I was just as good as others. As a kid growing up with a disability, I wasn't able to participate in activities and sports like other kids. Just about every recess time while I was in grade 8, I'd stand there telling other kids to stand up in front of me in single file and take turns punching me in the chest as hard as they could, just to see if anyone could make me feel any pain. To see who could knock me across the floor the furthest. It was like a competition to see who could make me hurt. At least this way I felt important, that people were paying attention to me, and that I didn't appear to be this weak little disabled kid. I started drinking at 11 and doing drugs at 13 to numb the mental pain. I had no confidence and terrible self-esteem. I felt like I couldn't trust anyone who wanted to be close to me because I was convinced that I was stupid and worthless. I struggled with addictions, homelessness, and poverty. I am physically unable to cook for myself, so I ate only microwave processed food when I saved enough money to do so. I stayed places that had no hot water, no heat, and I actually ate donuts off sidewalks before. I told myself that I had to be strong and get through it on my own. I lived rough and by my wits. I slept on friends' floors, was happy, but I was also miserable. But it was an amazing journey. All the while going through all that, I managed to go to 2 colleges and graduate with 2 diplomas. I hope people see life in a different way. People would always say to me, if you're surviving and trying to strive ahead with a disability, then why are we holding ourselves back, people would say. After 7 years of doing this, in order to stay alive, I moved to St. John's. I continued with college, and fortunately the guidance counselor used to work at Emmanuel House, like Lisa said, a residential treatment program of Stella Circle. Through this program, my life changed dramatically. I quit drinking and drugs about 17 years ago, and I have never looked back. Prior to getting connected to Stella Circle, life was a real struggle. I didn't have much hope for anything. I had mostly depressing, dark thoughts. I didn't feel like I fit in anywhere, didn't feel included. Even when I was in society, I mostly kept to myself. I didn't see a way out of the darkness. With the help of Stella Circle and the direction they provided, they helped me see there were people who truly cared. They were the light in the darkness that I held tight, and each day was brighter and less shaded because I was gaining hope for the future.